Alright. We're back once again in the caves of hell. Get my rifle back out. That went better. Things are looking slightly up. No. Stop.
How come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to two Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death.
Well, he just goes off on that little tangent like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's... Wait, is it that? Hold on. Ivory handled quick shooter is that one. This is the inlaid. Okay. Yes. Next to the Valley of Doom, down the street from the Cliffs of Peril. It's a pretty nice neighborhood, really. Good schools.
I came upon this flooded
help.
grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me. As his story unfolded in my mind,
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul would have no rainbow if I had no tears.
he said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like
Here we
hungry
go.
wolverines.
Oh
They
god, I
couldn't
can't
stop
fall
me,
back.
though. His Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk.
I probably could have been more effective with that. But it bought me a few seconds. Oh, yeah, this was the room of hell. Ow. Not now, game. Ow. Stop it.
I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a miracle.
Like I was telling Aka in the comments of one of the early videos,
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever.
Shut up, Silas. I really like the unreliable narrator aspect of this game. I think it's so much fun.
Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice,
Oh God, I screwed up.
overlooking a thundering
I scratched my
white
arm,
water river.
and then I was hitting caps lock instead of A because I can't keyboard. Shit.
I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo's right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened to me.
Fun fact, the exact same thing happened the first time I tried this. In the exact same spot.
There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
You know,
Well, maybe not
dual
dozens,
wield is probably
but
not the way to go
there
right
was a
now.
lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that, little lady.
Oh yeah, okay. I got a second. What was this? Yeah, I'm gonna need that now. Fix the sunglasses.
I had a steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me.
Wait, is here? Yeah, okay.
And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches surrounding me.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who you kidding?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them. Woo.
Missed. Ow, ow. You know, let's not try to melee the Apaches. Let's actually hit them. Oh, stop reloading. There's an emergency going on. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna get a sense of death in a second. There we go. Oh, God. Hit him.
And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before. I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me. But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air. Never did find him. And never did collect my goddamn bounty.
I still missed the other 2 nuggets of truth. Oh well. I was panicking at the end of that level. Let me check. Oh no, I'll just wait until I break the video again. I don't think that was long enough to break into another one. So I will carry on into the next level.
Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand. Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of the riot?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
All right. Guess we're going after the Daltons then.
It was early morning.
All right.
One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob 2 banks at the same time. 2 banks on the same damn street.
All right. Well, first, see, dime novels. The term originated with the first book in the Beadle and Adams dime novel series, Maleska, the Indian Wife of the White Hunter, by Ann S. Stevens, dated June 9th, 1860. The series ran for 321 issues and established all the conventions of the genre, from the lurid woodblock print covers to the melodramatic and sensational stories. They were popular among young, working-class audiences, mostly owing to the increased literacy rate of society in general at the time. They told all sorts of outlandish tales, usually in a Western setting. Their style was simple and accessible. The characters were one-dimensional, but they were page-turners and a forerunner of modern-day mass-printed paperbacks and comic books. They turned many real characters of the day, outlaws and lawmen alike, into celebrities of sorts. And they helped create the modern romanticized mythology of the Wild West that continues on in Hollywood westerns and TV shows to this very day. And yes, sign me the hell up as well. Do I already have? No, I don't have a rifle.
Bob
give me
Dalton's girl was always writing him about how he had no ambition. Oh, you're nobody next to Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeeville just to shut her up.
Right. It's always the woman's fault.
Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off.
Take a little time.
Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake was pulling a job in their own damn hometown. The boys grew up in Coffeeville, so everybody knew them. The bank teller tricked them, telling them the time lock on the safe wouldn't open till 9:30. Well, that gave the locals enough time to prepare an ambush for those sons of bitches.
Now, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, Coffeeville looks a lot like Abilene. Yeah. What fucking era, indeed. But yeah, that street looks a lot like Abilene. Taverns in the same place. Apparently, the towns were modular in the Old West. Cue to break door.
Hey, you got us a hero. Put some holes in him.
I guess I probably should have aimed. I tried to be fancy. I'm paying for it. Stop reloading and shoot. I hear you. I hear you. I wish to read you. You're not in the... Are you on the other side of the wall? You're probably on the other side of the wall, aren't you? Well, let's find out. That's how something like
Brothers
that
pay
should
dearly
go.
for their stupidity. But everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months. Now they finally had them dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait the son of a bitches out.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. He went in there alone to confront those criminals. One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going, dumbass? That rifle's mine.
But he paid him no mind. He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank.
Yes, ladders from heaven.
Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting.
It's like in the level with Pa Clanton.
From
When you're-
above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there.
Yes, thank you. You're running out of ammo, running through the canyon, and all of a sudden a dead Apache warrior just drops out of the sky in front of you with ammo.
A moment later, he was climbing up a steep
Was-
ladder, laughing at danger as he did.
It was an amazing moment.
It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
Silas even says it too. He's like, it was like manna from heaven. That couldn't have been good. Nope, that's the only way down. Flying spell.
We've got company.
Yes, you do. Oh, I missed.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free.
You know what?
Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
We're in close quarters in here. Let's have a little fun.
Is that Silas Greaves? Son of a bitch!
I shouldn't have had fun.
That's a first. I ain't backing down. Yeah, you know you can't.
I have no dynamite. It's too far away for the sawed-off. Have that.
Sorry, son of a bitch. You.
Hear you. Hear it. Aha. Coffeeville. On October 5th, 1892, the Dalton gang appeared in their hometown of Coffeeville, Kansas. The plan was to rob two banks at the same time. Their targets were C.M. Condon and Company's Bank and First National Bank, located across the street from one another. Brothers Bob, Grat, and Emmett and their compadres Dick Broadwell and Bill Power split into two groups. Wearing false beards, they showed up at both banks when they opened, planning to pull off a quick double heist. One of the groups robbed their bank without incident, but the other was outfoxed by a brave bank employee who convinced the bandits that the safe was protected with a time lock which wouldn't open for another 10 minutes. They waited for it to open, and in that time the entire town rallied against them. The citizens of Coffeeville recognized the brothers in spite of their less than clever disguises and had no intention of letting them escape with the money. A bloody gunfight broke out in the streets of Coffeeville, and the entire gang was killed except for the youngest Dalton, Emmett, who was shot 23 times. Shit. He was sentenced to life in prison but was released after 14 years. He would often say it was a U.S. Marshal, Heck Thomas, who pushed the Daltons into attempting that crazy plan by tracking them so relentlessly. Coffeeville robbery was supposed to be the gang's ticket out of a life of crime. Instead, it was a ticket to the cemetery for most of them. 23 times. And yeah, there we go, Lethal, talking about the time lock. So apparently that was an actual thing the freaking bank teller fooled him with. That's kind of awesome. That was not what I wanted. Over there. No.
That's Silas Greaves. What the hell?
I wish I hadn't missed the first shot.
Blam! He came away victorious, taking down those thieving Daltons.
Put my 6-shooter back. This is ridiculous.
Show yourself, coward!
Come here. Did you like what you found?
His name was Silas Greaves, and when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
That's a beautiful shot right there.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened. It was early evening, not high noon. I was late to the party, and Coffeeville was already up in arms. The Daltons blew up a safe, and were all set to hightail it out of there. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
A 3-person
I'd
boss
been tracking
fight.
those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless.
And they've got a shielder.
And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeeville.
Oh, good. I have dynamite now. Here, catch. Punk ass.
You can't get me.
Wood. Oh, really? He's still got a health bar.
You come out and I will.
Come on. I'm out.
Now you're in trouble.
You're gonna make me come over there, aren't you?
Waste your bullets. Go ahead.
Here we go. What? What? They had come out of the bank already. Oh.
Hey, you got us a hero. Put some holes in him.
And those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions. I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them.
Get those boys.
Problem was, they knew the town better than I did.
Get away with
And to
this.
top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons. And they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons. Which wasn't any surprise, because those two families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens.
Indeed. We pretty much just got the Old West version of so-and-so begat so-and-so, who begat so-and-so, who begat so-and-so. And yes, it's definitely gamer syndrome, Aka. And Lethal, I've run into that so much for looking around a couple of times in the game. Not usually that blatant. Usually it's I try to drop off of a ledge and it turns out to be a cliff, but it has happened. Truly, that is what I must do. Come here, Daltons. You must be purged. Another nugget. In a bucket. The Daltons. Related to the famous Youngers, the Dalton brothers, Grattan, Bob, and Emmett, gave up their jobs as lawmen in the 1890s to form the so-called Dalton Gang. The sole purpose of their enterprise was to rob trains and banks and make a hell of a lot more money than they ever did as peace officers. They also coveted a bit of the notoriety their more famous cousins enjoyed as members of the James Gang. One such robbery ended with the arrest of Grat, who then managed to astonish the marshals who had him in custody by escaping from a moving train. Grat stole a key to his chains from a napping guard, then jumped through the window right into a river while the train was passing over a bridge. That took some balls. The Daltons weren't always so lucky. One of them, Bob, desperate to make a reputation as an outlaw that would surpass that of Jesse James, suggested an incredibly daring plan. He wanted to rob two banks at the same time in broad daylight. This sounds familiar. On October 5th, 1982. What the fuck? 1892, the brothers rode into Coffeyville, their hometown. They hid behind fake beards and attempted to do what no outlaw had done before. Their bold plan ended in complete disaster for the brothers and their comrades in arms. I don't know why I put a P in there. Bob died that day, and his brother Emmett, shot 23 times, miraculously lived, went to prison, and was later pardoned. He died in Hollywood in 1937 after trying his hand at being an actor, an author, and a real estate agent. Shot 23 times, still lives to be probably like 70 years old at that point, you would think. I have unspent skill points. Oh, the things I don't pay attention to. Yes. Give that to me. Longer concentration. Q to... well, might as well. I was kind of expecting something more in here. Alright, I guess it's out the back door and up the back path.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least two of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plant me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work.
Here? No. Game. What do you want from me? Confusion. Okay.
It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you,
Don't tell me I'm gonna have to
Silas
shoot him
Reeves.
23 times.
This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers.
Ow.
And I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
You ain't getting my
Wow, that's one tough noggin he's got. And he just stalks you like Michael Myers.
I'm gonna plant you where you stand.
Help me! Now I can dodge buckshot.
You messed with the wrong damn Dalton.
Yes, I did. Why didn't you leave one of your jackass brothers?
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him?
Goddamn right. What the shit?
But I have
Wow.
to admit, that boy had grit.
Damn, that was a good. That was a tough fight. I'm gonna go ahead and break that recording there.